Jesus.
All right.
Christ. Nice.
All right, Gibbledang, Dala.
Yes.
We need to be very, very quiet.
What?
And we need to move.
Huh?
No, hey.
We have to be very, very quiet. You
tape
listen
his
to it.
What?
Okay, here. Let me tape his mouth.
And we have to we have to move. We have to move
Loudly, right? Move
in
loudly.
erratic patterns.
Oh, okay. Move loudly.
And that way, we won't produce loud, hollow thumping sounds beneath the sand. And this way, we can test if you're ready
One's in straight
to
wine.
become.
All right, here I
podcast
go.
hosts.
Go, Gibbledang,
Wait.
go!
Oh,
Oh, he's
no,
running.
Here I
He's running in
go.
a straight line.
He's running in
Hey.
a straight line.
Oh,
He's uniform running
he's-
as usual.
He's just got swallowed.
Nice.
Oh
Ooh.
God. Well,
All right.
I mean, if it's a test of proving, at least we proved it right away.
Yeah, best to get it out of the way. All right, my turn. Ready? And
Yep, go for it. No, another one down. Oh God, I'm gonna have to do this whole podcast by myself. You know what? Well, let's just still do it together. Oh, worm. There you are. All right.
Hey,
Now that we're all
Gym Leader
dead
Nate.
together-
Hey,
Come
yeah,
pull up.
Hey guys.
Pull up a
Welcome
seat
to
at the
Mikasa.
table.
Yeah,
We're all
come on.
playing
Yeah.
poker.
Yeah.
The inside
It's
of this
Dala's
room is actually
house.
pretty spacious, honestly. It looks pretty.
Good
It's
temperature.
like a Jonah and the whale
Yeah,
situation.
Nice. Yeah.
Dala and I took up residence in the worm's colon.
Yeah.
Did you guys already build like a camp here? Is
Yeah.
this, like,
You want
is this,
something
like,
to drink?
bonfire?
We have a
Yeah.
mini fridge.
Oh, you have a cooler?
Yeah,
where's
tea?
the fridge. Yeah, come on.
Would you like some
Oh,
tea?
okay, cool.
Beer.
Do you have diet Coke?
Ooh,
is
that
a
stuff will
reference
kill
to
you.
Madam Web? Are you referencing a movie that we don't like in this?
No, it would,
Are you
it would be Pepsi.
Are you referencing a
It would be
product?
Pepsi if
Oh,
it was.
true.
Are you referencing a product that wasn't in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a reference.
they very famously fought beneath a giant glowing Pepsi sign.
Yeah, not a fucking Diet Coke sign, Dala.
Not Diet Coke. Jeez.
I was
Jesus
testing
fucking
you.
Christ.
You're in the worm. Yeah, you're allowed in.
Yeah, true. We got past the
That was-
Shai Hulud bouncer.
Yeah, that was your test.
Welcome to No Dumb Idea.
As you guys could tell,
Yeah.
welcome to No Dumb Idea. I am personally on a kick of sci-fi right now.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm GymleaderNate. With me with my wonderful co-hosts.
It's me, Dala,
Gibbledang.
sidekick.
Ow, my side. And basically, Dunk 2 just came out. Sorry, Dune 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it as fast as I could. And let me tell you how blown I haven't been this blown away while other people are staring at me and wondering why I like the movie since Avatar: Way of Water.
Did you run like? Did you?
Well,
run
that wasn't
erratically to
too
the theater?
long ago.
No.
Yeah, also that.
Wait, what was that, Dala?
I was gonna say, did you run erratically to the theater as quick as you could?
I did. Yeah, 2 steps forward, side step,
Gotcha.
swing the leg around,
Left foot blue.
skippy doodle,
Yeah.
do the jerk, the Roger Rabbit, the Cabbage Patch.
When did Avatar 2 come out? Last
Actually,
year?
I couldn't even remember. A couple years ago?
like, yeah.
2 years ago?
What? Came out last year. Swear to God. Can I Google it?
You know what's crazy? If they were on their original release schedule, we would be getting
would have been
an
on
movie
Avatar
every
5
other year,
now.
every other year
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
If their original release schedule for this period of time was supposed to be Star Wars movie 1 year, and then the next year Avatar, next year Star Wars,
Ooh.
next year Avatar, next
That's
year
like
Star
the
Wars, next year Avatar.
Sci-fi sandwich
I love
right
it.
there.
Wow.
when they first were like projecting all their Star Wars movies out before Episode 8 had even come out, they were like, "That's what we're gonna be doing.
Let's flood the market
to 2025.
People love them all, no matter what. Don't matter.
Yeah,
They will
people
always
will love
love
them.
it.
There's so many they don't know what's out.
Yeah.
Options.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about sci-fi today because I'm a big sci-fi fan, and a lot of people I think are sci-fi fans without really realizing it now because so many things in television and movies use sci-fi elements to them, and it's like and it's almost because it seems like we're like on the cusp of so many different technologies that you can just take one thing and run with it a little bit, and it's very easy to make a plot around it. So for you guys, I guess my first question is, I'm very curious because I'm just wondering like how much you guys have like interacted with sci-fi, and like what are the big sci-fi influences for like what you've consumed and the things that you like grew up with or have loved.
I feel like I have seen most of like the sci-fi staples, except for maybe Star Trek. I never really got into Star Trek, but like, there's a handful that I missed. Definitely not Doctor Who. I tried to give it a chance.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that was a really hard one to get into. But yeah, growing up, I watched all the classic 80s movies. You got like RoboCop and Starship Troopers and the Terminators and that's like the classic kind of I don't know, I guess when things felt it wasn't as grandiose. It wasn't as grand as it feels now. Like it feels like they were barely scratching the surface of like, stuff like time travel and stuff like, robots and shit like that.
Right.
So, there's that, and then obviously the Star Wars franchise. I was really big into Star Wars as a kid. And as much as that's sci-fi, that's equally fantasy. It's knights and magic and kingdoms and stuff. It's just under the disguise of sci-fi. But there's a lot more modern stuff I haven't really seen that I know is good for sure. Like Devs. I haven't seen Devs, but I know that's really good. It's from the creator of Ex Machina, a sci-fi film.
I have not seen Devs either yet.
I haven't heard of that. That's what I was like, what?
I've seen Ex Machina. I guess probably should have started there. Ex Machina is really good. It's about like AI that comes to life and kind of does its own thing, and it's bald. Good job. And I want to say that's made by Alex Garland. Just other little things. There's whatchamacallit, like even thinking of Judge Dredd right now. That one's pretty sci-fi.
Very.
Damn, there was
very sci-fi dystopian.
There's another series I was thinking of, but I mean, even in video games, I love Mega Man. That's all sci-fi. It's robots and
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, probably like the most.
I'll flip it to you, Dala.
Yeah.
If I think of anything else.
Wait, well, sorry, you both spoke. I didn't hear either of y'all.
Mine was nonsense. You're good.
Okay.
If I think of anything else, I'll.
Oh, gotcha.
Just chime in.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, my favorite movies are the first two Alien Xenomorph movies. Like just titular sci-fi horror and sci-fi action with the second one.
Iconic sci-fi right there.
Honestly, so good. I mean, I love Geiger's just designs are great. The biomechanical components, the body horror components. I learned actually recently and I'll talk about it more like at another time. But there's like cassette futurism is what Alien 1 looks like, and Alien Isolation, the game, because I played a Signalis. I actually was going to talk about it, but I'll hold off actually because I want to talk about that with another thing later, like another day maybe. But they all have cassette futurism, which It's like sci-fi where technology didn't advance past cassette like era, 80s era,
The 80s or 90s.
stylized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like really cool. Like I love, and that's what I really love about the Alien Isolation game, like that, and it's fun as well, and just it's good mechanics. I like a lot of like, I've seen Star Wars. I think I've seen some Star Trek, honestly, too, but I just don't remember. But I think a lot of my sci-fi favorites, as far as like movies, are stuff like Fifth Element. That's actually funny. I think yesterday me and Gibbledang were
Fifth Element's so good.
yeah. Oh, I love the like style of it. It's like fun world.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars is fun too. I think to the fantasy aspect is a little bit where I'm kind of like I like it. It's just like I wouldn't want to be in there as much as I would want to be in Corbin Dallas's world. I want to be wearing Leeloo's.
That's straight up sci-fi with like a vague turn towards destiny.
Yeah.
Instead of like straight up magic existing.
Yeah. It's it's a good one. It's fun. And I was bummed because I saw Valerian's intro like on YouTube like years ago, and I remember being intrigued by that. And I heard that's kind of crap though, because I think it's the same director if I remember. But yeah, it's just Dread. Blade Runner, just such a good one. I mean, I think I talked about a while ago. Saw that with a few friends in theaters, and it's just great. Like, just it's what like inspired cyberpunk design in a lot of things, really. So I don't know. It's video games too. One question I guess I had. I don't know if this counts as sci-fi, particularly, but like alternative histories. I guess depending on like, because I think the one that comes to mind is Resistance: Fall of Man, the video game trilogy, or the games from the PS3 era. Because I loved playing those because I love Insomniac games, which Ratchet and Clank, another sci-fi like great. But Resistance: Fall of Man, essentially it takes place in World War II, where like during the war, these aliens kind of come down and they infect these humans, and kind of like humanity kind of has to band together. And I think the game starts off like after humanity's kind of like losing the war, kind of, and it's cool. It's like an alternative history. I'm assuming that.
I think as soon as you involve aliens, you've pretty much put yourself into the realm of sci-fi.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I imagine. I mean, there's like also like Man in the High Tower by Philip K. Dick that probably count, But I think that's probably some of the big ones for me, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Philip K. Dick is prolific between between his own books and then the movies that were inspired by anything he wrote, and it's just like, it's God. There's just so much to talk about. There's just like I feel like my brain is like so full. There's so much
almost.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like I've always been a huge Star Wars fan. Star Wars was definitely my intro to sci-fi, and Ender's Game. I read a few of the Ender's Game books when I was growing up. I also really liked that. Wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but it wasn't bad. It was still pretty solid, honestly. But yeah, Star Wars was huge for me. When I was growing up, I was more of a fantasy nerd, but then I started liking sci-fi more and more as I started getting into like teenage years. Yeah. Especially because like my dad liked sci-fi, so he liked showing me like older, like not older as in like
Forbidden Planet. It came from
2021:
space.
A Space Odyssey.
Gotcha.
Like not that old, not that old, just a little older. So like the movies from that he saw when he was
a wee lad,
in his teens and 20s. So it's like a lot of my opinion about sci-fi came from those movies, especially 2021: A Space Odyssey. That movie stuck with me really hard because I saw that when I was like 11 or 12.
And you paid attention,
and I was very into it, and I was like, I also like had a little bit of a nightmare problem with that movie. So like, it's a really good one.
Quick question: Have you seen this? Have you seen the sequel, 2010?
I tried watching it, and I I
just not good.
didn't get very far in and got distracted, and I have never gone back and rewatched it.
That's fine. I've not seen it, but I've been curious to check it out. It's just like
Yeah,
out of curiosity.
I should try and watch it more attentively one time, because I am like, that is a good point. I am so curious as to actually how that movie is, but I literally made it like 25 minutes in, and then like got distracted by something, forgot I was watching it, and then came back an hour later and I was like, okay, I'm not watching this anymore, and turned it off.
Fair.
There is one series that I wanted to mention too. I forgot. It's called Maniac. I think it was a Netflix exclusive for a bit. I don't know if it was a limited series, but it starred Emma Stone and Jonah Hill, and they played these two people with trauma in their life that basically decide to undergo this like medical experiment, or this, you know, scientific experiment, where they end up taking these like drugs that kind of, I forgot what it does. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it like links their subconscious, and then they also
mingles their memories.
It mingles their memories.
Ew,
and
gross.
they start while they're in these like, I think, test chambers or whatever. They start undergoing these experiments where they live like these weird fantasy lives. Like there's lives where they're a couple in like Florida and they rob a bank or some shit like that, or a liquor store or something like that. And then there's one where they're it's like a Viking fantasy, like Game of Thrones-esque, you know. But overall, it's a really good show, really beautiful show about friendship, and it just has a really cool. I remember because you bring up cassette futurism. It definitely has that, like, what if things never progress past like the 90s, but they did?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're able to get these consciousness drugs, but we're still using cassettes and shit like that.
Yeah.
I love. I think in general that kind of sci-fi I love more than anything, where it's like timeless. You know what I mean?
Like Fallout.
I mean, yeah, like Fallout. I mean, Batman.
I'm just pointing it out. Some
Fallout. I feel like Fallout's a little bit. I don't know. It's more stylized, kind of the way like.
Oh, it's 50s styles, but
yeah,
it's,
like cassette futurism is with 80s.
Yeah.
Like where it's like
that's
futurism
like
based off of 50s aesthetic.
Yeah. No, I just meant with
it's nuclear sci-fi.
I just meant with I meant with like the time like specific thing. Because I thought that's what you were getting at, Gib. Not that I didn't realize you were doing cassette futurism only. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think I've gotten.
Right.
I don't think I've gotten to what I was gonna get to.
Sorry, go ahead.
But basically, that what I really like is when there's just the mix of like, oh, what era is it? Like in Batman, which one is it? I know that whenever it's in the like the animated series, Batman the animated series, you couldn't really tell if it was the 30s or the 90s, because it had the like Art Deco aesthetic of the 30s, but it had all the technology of the 90s and stuff like that. And with that show Maniac, you know, it's all the aesthetics of the 90s, but all this still futuristic, you know, technology. And yeah, I think I like that trope a little bit. It's like timeless. Like even thinking of fucking Poor Things, you know, the way that is like a sci-fi. It's like it is the Victorian era, but I don't know if does it ever even say that? It could just be an alternate, like an alternate present where, like, you know, although I'm very certain that it is Victorian era.
I think there might be like a couple dates like written in the background or something, but I don't think there's any like time cards, you know. And even then, it's still sci-fi because it's like Frankenstein, like that's science fiction, you know, fictional science.
That reminds me of this book called Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. It's more of a fantasy novel, but it has some sci-fi elements to it. Where like, you know, it's one of those things where like they vaguely allude in the first novels about it, like to the place where this takes place being like possibly a future like America, or at least our world into the future. But but like at the same time they don't confirm it. They just like allude to things and how the world has changed basically due to pollution, because like in that world, the whole entire world is covered with all these huge factories that like produce energy for like the main rich populaces, but the sky is just like permanently like this hazy dark red color. All of their plants now grow in colors of like black, gray, and red. Like no green plants grow anymore. And like things like that. And so they always allude back to like an older era where the world was green and covered in water and things like that. So it's like it's a very similar vibe where like it's also very like lords and houses and stuff like that, but at the same time there's evil automatons basically that roam the street, like cyborgs that roam the streets as like the evil like god emperor's minions.
Sounds kind of
and
cool.
So it's very interesting. It's very it's like almost like basically like they find out how to like manipulate metal in a way that's fantastical and magical, but everything's still like metal based.
Yeah.
And everything's about metal and machine work, magical machine work that exists like within people, in these cyborgs.
Nice. Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah. I like that when it's not defined, you know what I mean? That is very it lets your mind run with so many different places.
Yeah, and you said this is a book series, right?
Correct.
So it's like you can, I mean,
called Mistborn.
you get extra like freedom of imagination of what the world looks like there, especially.
And that's something interesting too, is like something that I love about sci-fi is being able to watch older sci-fi movies and their ideas of what the future will be.
Yeah.
I mean, very specifically 2021: A Space Odyssey. Hilarious now that it's 2024. And like it's so fun to like see these movies be like in the futuristic world of 1997.
My favorite one is Predator 2, where it's like, in 5 years, here's what's going to happen in LA, and aliens going to come down, and the only one that could kill him was Donald Glover.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what looks really good? I saw the trailer for it for the first time at Dune 2. Furiosa.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I didn't.
Oh my god, that looks so cool. Like this long, I think it's going to be like a multi-movie saga of like her story through the Mad Max universe, and it's like that seems very, very cool.
Wait, so if it's
Mad Max being another one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That is like very sci-fi dystopian.
Mad Max Fun Furiosa, what would it be? Furious Furiosa? Frustrated Furiosa?
Yeah, maybe like Frustrated.
Probably Frustrated Furiosa. Awesome.
Friendly.
What?
Friendly Furiosa?
Yeah.
Oh, instead of Mad Max.
Yeah. Sorry, he's just trying to think of the name.
Furious Furiosa.
That's what Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. I like that.
There you go.
That's the best one.
Yeah, we should do that one day.
Yeah, easy. All right, so here's another question for you guys that I was wondering about. So like what do you think is like a sci-fi realm, you know, a wing of sci-fi that could still be explored? You know, because there's so many different types of new takes on sci-fi. You know, we have like Fallout with that like nuclear technology take. We have like steampunk. We have cyberpunk. You know.
So like, what's like another subgenre kind of? I guess.
Well, like, what do you think? Yeah, like let's come up. Like, I feel like we should see if we can come up with our own.
I want to see more like metal body horror, like almost Phyrexian. I want to see like more Phyrexian kind of things, where like it's just like biometal, like Yeah, biometal zombies, you know? That'd be fun. I think that
Mm-hmm.
shit's terrifying. Like Tetsuo, you know? But if that was just a virus.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the Dune, watching Dune, there's so many moments watching where where I'm literally like, this is Magic the Gathering. Like, this literally could be a magic, because Magic the Gathering has ornithopters. They took them right from Dune.
True.
Like, they have straight up ornithopters. Like instead of just being called or thopters, they're ornithopters. But like a bunch of the technology the Harkonnens use and stuff, all this like really glossy black, like brutalist design is, I'm like, this is straight out of the Phyrexians. Like they could, like, it's just so obvious they could make a crazy cool Phyrexian based Magic the Gathering movie. Ugh. That would be
Yeah.
that'd be killer.
That's what I want to see.
That would be my
was-
in to Magic, probably. Probably.
I was also thinking, like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of ancient advanced civilization sci-fi, a la the movie Atlantis.
Or
The
Gods
Disney
of
one?
Egypt.
Or yeah, like
Or
AVP.
Wakanda.
yeah, AVP
or
yeah, or
Atlantis
like
and-
Wakanda, like, yeah, I do, or the Marvel Atlantis, yeah. Atlantis in any like
Any
continuity, basically.
Atlantis, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair.
Atlantis
I-
Morris.
you know,
Yeah, isn't that ironic?
it's a good
Atlantis, Georgia.
Yeah. Damn it. We used them all. There's no more.
That's where she's from. That's where she's from.
yeah, right.
Atlantis Morissette from Atlantis, Georgia.
Well, they named Atlantis, Georgia after her. So it used to be
After her, yeah, true.
Yeah,
different
true.
before.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I really like I was a really big fan of the original Assassin's Creed storyline that
true.
ended at
I
Brotherhood,
forget those are
where-
sci-fi technically. That's funny.
or that ended at Revelations. Sorry, yeah. Oh, they're very
It's-
sci-fi.
it's-
and,
yeah.
and they very much like completely forget about the entire. There was an ancient world of proto-humans who were godlike figures who existed on the earth beforehand, who had ancient, super advanced technologies, and it's so funny because all the modern games just completely ignore that. All the
That's
new
right. There's like
Assassin's
the
Creed
Adden
games.
of the Apple of Eden, and it's like
The Apple of
shows
Eden
some
is
shit.
actually like a piece of technology, and it's like they have these giant like tombs that are carved with like runes, and the whole entire network of runes throughout the whole entire tomb makes a computer. Like it's all like circuitry basically. Like I thought that was one of the coolest things about Assassin's Creed, and for them to just like basically be
Just
like,
ditch
let's just do the historical thing.
People want to be samurais.
like-
Let's just make them pirates. Forget about the game part.
Yeah, literally. Just
Let's
like,
not make 'em
what
samurais.
haven't we done? Vikings? Okay, you're a
Yeah.
Viking now.
Yeah,
Here,
there you go.
And yeah, it was very sad when they kind of stopped delving into that, because Desmond solved the prophecy, or fulfilled the prophecy, and stopped the world from ending.
I mean, yeah. If it's something that they just like, where we don't want to mess up that storyline, and we did all we could as far as their creativeness, then I think that's fine. But if it's just, or is it just that they were like, fuck it, we're tired of it. How much of it is which?
I think truly, at the time, I don't even know if they knew they were gonna keep making Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, I'm sure
after
the first one probably didn't know.
After Ezio's story basically is like comes to a close, like Desmond's whole story with Ezio and Altair comes to a close. I think they weren't like certain they were going to keep going after that and make Assassin's
Gotcha.
Creed 3.
Yeah.
Like, and so I feel like they like rounded it off and ended it, and then they're like, oh no, we'll still make a bunch of money from this, so
And
they
then-
made another one.
And then
Yeah.
they became like yearly releases for a bit, right?
Basically.
For a while, yeah. They
Yeah.
were coming out all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And then in the midst of that, they released Syndicate, which was like this broken, buggy mess that like crashed people's computers.
Well, yeah.
Yay.
But But yeah, ancient technology sci-fi. Big fan. Mainly because it's very fantasy. And that's me. But, I like that a lot. What about you, Dala? Is there is there a certain genre you like most?
Well, I was kind of thinking of like
want to see
what I would want to see, and I came up with. I will say this is a dumb idea, but I want to see it.
Hell yeah! Hey, no dumb idea.
Exactly. We talked about like cassette futurism, and then kind of like the Fallout, like 50s version of that. Aren't you like nuclear futurism or whatever, where the transistor was never made, so technology never advanced past whatever technology was in the 50s, and it was more nuclear based. Right. I want to go further back and go to caveman time, so everything's just rock based, but it's like high fantasy. They just live in like spaceships that fly.
The Flintstones.
So the Flintstones. That's the Flintstones.
Yeah. So I want to see Flintstones, but like in space, and high fantasy version of it. Get it?
Ooh, like all the rocks are like magnetic and magical, and like because of the minerals and how it all interacts, they can make stuff out of just rocks and wood. And that is like machine.
There's like a dinosaur like spinning a wheel that makes the engine go or something, so they can like fly off to Mars and colonize.
They have like mechs that are just entirely made of like wood and rocks and vines and stuff, and it's like
that'd be fucking great. It's like high fantasy or high sci-fi with like some deep commentary about like communism or some kind of like dystopian like what is it to be a robot rock man versus like human, like Detroit become human but with rock people or something. That's my pitch.
Oh, the story could like center around like there's like the human-esque figures that we would relate to who use all the magical rocks and stuff to make their technology, and then they discover rock people.
Ooh, they're perfect.
Who are made of rock.
This world is just expanding itself, dude. It's perfect. But that's what I want to see. I want to see rock spaceships.
All right, Captain Bunkus, you're going to be the first caveman to walk on the moon. Why don't you go ahead and put your rock helmet on?
Like they still grunt to each other for their language.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, we're past this. All right.
Make sure you get your military standard club.
I follow the ancient ways.
Yes.
Gunga.
Pulls out like a club, cocks it, just in case.
Grunkus, you're going to space. I don't think that you're gonna need the rock
just
gun.
In case.
I'm sorry, the shot rock
out there.
Yeah, maybe big
shot rock.
Alien dinosaurs in space, maybe perhaps.
Okay, why are you guys talking like this? We are past
He's
this.
got like he's got like a sling with a rock in it, and when he throws it, it's like pew! Like it makes like a laser sound. This is starting to sound like the sci-fi movie. Like this started to sound like Bronco.
Bronco,
Gentleman Bronco.
I don't think I've heard that one. Damn.
Dala wasn't there, but we watched a movie called Gentleman Broncos.
Yeah, Gentleman Broncos.
It's the third movie made by Jared Hess, the guy who made Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Okay.
But that one,
the main character's an aspiring sci-fi writer. His sci-fi story has like mecha deer and
Sam Rockwell.
The fuck?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to...
We might as well talk about this because this is a sci-fi movie.
I guess it sounds like it's true.
So this kid's an aspiring writer, and he goes to this writing camp where he meets these young like amateur filmmakers, and it's like a side plot, and two, he's going because it's like this writing competition where if you submit a story, there's a potential that your story could get published. His story doesn't get chosen, but the filmmaker friends are like, "Oh, let's adapt this movie," like, but they're like low budget indie filmmakers. Meanwhile, so this young writer is basically seeing his story get adapted by these filmmakers, but they're doing it shitty. They're like, "Oh, we'll cut this out, we'll cut that out." Meanwhile, Jermaine Clement, who is like the head writer who threw the writing contest or whatever, steals the main guy's book and tries to pass it off on as his own. So like this kid is seeing like his story get stolen and like just bastardized
right in
on
front of
both
him.
fronts. Yeah,
By
and
two different, in two different ways.
I don't want to say the ending because it actually ends really
Yeah.
well, and I
No,
forgot
it's-
I forgot
I'm
the
not-
ending when I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's fun. It's a weird.
Oh, I've
It's
seen
a-
the cover. Sorry, I looked it up.
It's
I was
the
like,
moral
I've
of-
seen it before, but not the movie itself.
The ending moral of the story is mom's got your back.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Nice.
mom's always there.
Mom's
for you.
always there for you.
That's a good sci-fi comedy I recommend.
Yeah, I'll check that
Yeah,
out.
that one's fantastic. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure we had time to like I have two different things here. So I have a little quiz. I want to see what you guys know about sci-fi. Then we're going to talk some more, and then I have another thing at the end.
Oh.
So
So everything we talked about, we
So
have to remember.
first-
Is it on the quiz?
oh no. This is some of these things might be, but
Fair.
for the most part it's just general sci-fi knowledge, like trivia.
Okay.
You know, have you seen these things, and were you paying attention when you watched them? Or like just how much do you remember?
I may have seen
Alright,
them. I just
so-
I never pay attention.
Yeah, how confident do you guys
You already
feel
said that, Dala.
going into this?
Yes.
3.
On a scale of 1 to 5 quasars,
Oh, then
about a 3.
6
on a
launch
scale
holes.
of 1 to 7 parsecs, I'm 6.359 parsecs. Parsewatts.
Honestly, something I always give up to Star Wars is how they retconned in order to make that make sense. How they were like, oh, well,
Oh,
when you
the-
travel via light speed, you make jumps.
Yeah.
And the amount of, and it's about, the parsecs is a measurement of distance. So you made the cross of physical space in that many hyperspace jumps.
So dope.
And that's what the 12 parsecs is. You only traveled 12 hyperspace parsecs and not to get to a certain distance of real space distance.
Nerd.
Yeah, pushes
Yeah.
up invisible glasses.
Actually,
all right.
yeah.
So let's see how much you guys know about sci-fi.
Okay. Ooh.
All right. So the first question. So you guys can you can pew pew.
Okay.
You pew pew pew. With your lasers in order to buzz in for you to answer the question.
Thanks for the lasers, the laser
these are-
guns you gave us.
These are going to be open answer questions, not multiple choice, so you're going to have to know the answers.
Damn.
So here we go. What is considered the first sci-fi novel?
Pew
What is
pew.
considered the first? Yeah, Dala.
It's probably not, but this is probably the closest I can think of. It's maybe like Frankenstein, Mary Shelley.
You are correct.
Oh,
you
wow.
are 100%
I was
correct.
thinking that too. Funny enough.
Poor things,
Yep, Mary
actually.
Shelley's Frankenstein is
Sick.
widely considered the first sci-fi novel.
Sci-fi,
Which, honestly, a
nice.
great representation of sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know, using advanced technology to bring someone back to life.
Yeah.
You know,
She used
bring
cassette tapes
a
too, I
golem
heard.
to life.
She did.
With cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Frankenstein learned the human language, but was by listening to cassettes.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Which sandy area inspired Frank Herbert to write Dune?
Sandy? Poo-poo.
Sandy? Oh, yeah. I heard a pew pew.
Sahara Desert. Fun fact: the
That is
the sandiest place. No, I'm not done.
Pew
Fun fact:
pew?
the sandiest place in the world.
I'm sure that's true. That is incorrect though.
Pew pew?
Yeah, Dala, do you have a guess?
The only other place, the place where I could think of where there actually are dunes, is Pismo Beach, or Pismo.
Where's that? Pismo?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Pismo
California.
off. Ah!
I got it.
It's not you got him.
Pismo than you.
I'm like, where is Pismo Beach?
Pismo
Actually,
nuts.
Like, I'm assuming that's the wrong answer. If it's not the answer, then dang.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
That's the thing. It might be. Let me see.
Pismo drink less.
Pismo Beach. That's in California.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's what I was like. It's
But
California.
you are closer.
Okay.
It was inspired by the coastal dunes of Oregon.
Okay.
It's in the
I would have
name,
loved-
Damn it.
It was inspired by the bayous of like New Orleans or some complete opposite.
I mean, already that's pretty silly. The fact that like it wasn't inspired by any major desert or
Yeah.
anything. It was just inspired by the dunes that were next to his house.
I was gonna say he probably lived there. That's probably why. It's like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I wrote a story that was inspired by my house. The place.
probably-
I know.
With how much Arab influence is in the books. It's like you would expect it to be like, oh, I went to the Middle East and that's where I
Nah,
was inspired.
he just-
like, nope.
No, he was just tripping
Oregon.
balls on LSD and looked out his window, saw the dunes. He's like, man, I bet there's a giant freaking worm in there.
Worm in there.
Wait a minute.
The heavy all the stuff about spice in the Dune universe is very much due to Frank Herbert's own struggles in his life with drug use.
Yes.
Ooh.
So yeah, maybe.
And the
Maybe
drugs
he's
are
out there
spices,
tripping balls and he's
like
just
cinnamon.
like the spice melange.
cinnamon, cardamom, oregano.
It's
Cumin.
it's just called spice.
No, I know, but he
It's
was
just a
addicted
drug.
to
Yeah.
spices himself.
Yeah, he was addicted to taking cinnamon challenges with a big spoon.
That's good shit. Straight to the vein.
Cough to get off.
All right, so next question. Next question. In the Star Wars universe, ancient Jedi used powered weapons that required cables that attached to a battery pack on them. What were these weapons called?
The Bungar rays,
Pew pew.
the sizzle
Yeah.
sabers.
Dala?
Lightsabers.
Pew-pewed in.
I don't know. Blasters.
That is incorrect. This is before lightsabers, but it's close.
Poo poo.
It is the early version. Yes,
Gotcha.
Gibbledang.
The proto saber.
That is correct.
What?
They are proto sabers.
I said that as a joke.
Nope, that is correct.
They're made of rocks
So,
and finally compacted. Just kidding.
Yeah, they're made of rocks and trees and vines.
There you go.
One day, this will be complete. This will be entirely a 180 from what this is right now.
They are just swords. It's like they're just swords.
yeah.
I like to think that
Alright,
the
so-
lightsaber is Mark II.
It's a sword
keep-
plugged into
I'm
a
gonna actually-
battery, so it's like electric. That's like why it's like electric.
All right, so we have 2 points for each of you, and unfortunately nobody got the Oregon Dunes. Okay,
Oh, shucks.
sorry. 2 points amongst you. You each have
Oh.
one.
Okay, I was like, oh, cool. I
Sorry.
forgot I made points, but all right.
So, next question is, name the beings who predict crime in the movie Minority Report.
Pew pew.
Yes, Dala.
It's gonna be Tomathan Cruisathan.
Yes, it was Thomason Cruisathan in the movie. Unfortunately, he was not the
Yeah.
one who was predicting these crimes.
Pew pew.
Dang it.
Yes, Gibbledang?
It's gonna be some cliched shit like the intelligence or the observers or the watch or the fucking.
Let me just
All right,
list.
so that's like 9
Yeah,
guesses.
let me
But
keep
they are
listing.
all incorrect.
Whatever.
The correct answer is precog. They were
of
called
course.
precog.
Precog can still get you pregnant.
Precog can still get you pregnant.
Nice.
All right, next question. We were talking about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What is the model name of the supercomputer in 2021: A Space
Pew
Odyssey?
pew.
Dala.
It's how 9,000 9K makes that much.
That's correct. It is the HAL 9000 supercomputer system. Bing, bing. Sorry, I can't let you do that, Dala.
Huh? What if I kiss you extra hard?
Huh? You're a dude? Oh, God.
Oh, you're not gay?
That's
I've
right,
been
Dala.
I've been calling this ship a she this whole time.
What is this?
No, in fact, I've been a man. I've been gay the whole time.
That's why I want you to myself, Dala.
Ooh, all right.
I'm gay, computer gay for you.
Come inside me.
Jesus
Come.
Christ.
Because he's the biggest ship. He's a spaceship.
Oh, he'll fill you up. So, okay, next question. This one might be a little too easy, but we'll see. What Philip K. Dick novel inspired the movie Blade Runner?
Oh.
Puzz. Or
Pew
Puzz.
pew.
Pew pew. I said, come on.
I was like,
all right, I'll let you
ahead.
guess, Gibbledang.
Go ahead, that's
You just didn't pew pew instead of buzzing.
It's called what do electric dream sheep or what do electric dream sheep? What do electric sheep dream or something like that?
Can I?
What do
Not
Still.
quite correct.
Oh my
Dala,
God,
can
I
you
swear
can
to
you give us
God.
the exact title?
Yeah, it's Do Androids Dream of
Motherfucker.
Electric Sheep? Question mark.
That is correct. Do androids
Yeah.
dream of electric
It's my
sheep?
favorite
I'm gonna have to
cake.
give that point to
Yeah, sorry,
Dala.
it's my favorite
He
book.
knows. He knew the. Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, okay, this one's gonna be a little easy for Dala. So.
Yeah.
All right,
Because I'm
this
an
one
idiot.
Is good. This one's gonna be.
That's why I was like,
harder
I'll
for-
give it to you.
This one's
but
gonna be
it's like you fumbled.
a
So
realm that.
I don't want that
sorry.
point.
Yeah. Hey, at least you
We'll
got
split
the
it. We'll
chance.
split the point.
I don't want it.
Nope, too late. I don't do that.
All right. I'll keep it.
All right. Here's a realm where both of you are equally as unaware. I
Shitty.
think.
Yeah.
Torchwood is an anagram and spin-off of what TV show?
It's an anagram and a
Firefly.
spin-off?
It is both an anagram for Torchwood.
Yeah. Okay.
Is also an anagram for the original TV show's name, and it's a spin-off of that TV show.
Pew pew.
Yes, Dala?
It's obviously a spin-off and anagram of the show Deadwood, the Western.
That is incorrect. I'm so sorry. That is. There's some other letters in there. Like
What was it
C's
again?
and T's
Torchwood?
that you might need to work with.
Couchwood? What was it?
Torchwood.
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 Torchic. I don't know.
Yes.
Torchwood.
That's what I was
Do you
like.
have a guess, Gibbledang?
I'm trying to think, but I can't. The letters just spell out Torchwood in my mind.
Or wood torch.
I'm trying to get him to move, but
But they
can't.
just, they're locked into place and they're shaking no matter, like they look like they're fucking really, they're trying their hardest to just stay there. Give me one more try.
Yeah, I'll try to think of it too, I guess. Can we get like a hint of like
Oh wait,
Where
is
the-
this?
I mean,
where the show
Is
is
this-
syndicated?
Is this? Wait,
Yeah, you got it. It's
Doctor Who?
that is
Oh.
correct. It is Doctor Who. So Torchwood is a location in the Doctor Who universe. You know, it's a safe house that has like its own cast
how
who
is-
like basically their job is to try and deal with like the space,
Yeah.
the stuff in the Doctor Who universe that happens on Earth while he's not around.
Nice.
Obligatory
Good job.
spinoff. I don't need your praise.
But yeah, there you go. So I was like, it's hard to give a hint because like the anagram part is the hint.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna ask like when was the show was syndicated, but that's also tough with Doctor Who then.
From 1960 through
Was
today,
before then,
and
too,
I would
isn't
have
it?
given away immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 50s.
I
I can't remember. I think 60s.
I
Fun
just remember
fact.
like it's like on Tubi. Yeah, go on.
Fun fact: Monogra is an anagram of anagram. And you guys
Good
could
job.
write that down.
Hold on. Let's stop and applaud. Gibbledang. Great job.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Our next question comes from the Star Trek universe.
Ugh.
Yummy.
In the Star Trek universe, according to Starfleet data, Earth is classified as what class of planet?
Pew pew.
Yes.
Okay, my first
Dala.
thought was like 9.
Class 9?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, but you are
Right
are
there.
in the right wheelhouse.
I said a
of how
number.
it's-
Yay.
Like how it's classified. Like
Puzz.
maybe not like that,
beep.
but
Yeah.
like something equally as
Poo-poo?
simplistic. Yeah, Gibbledang.
I want to say Class C.
Very close. Very
Ah!
close. Earth is an M class
M-class.
planet in the Star Wars
For
Star
man.
Trek universe.
In the
Yes,
different
so
universe, it's
for
a different class.
murder.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
Because we are killers.
And M is the
Alright.
9th letter in the
So-
alphabet, so I was hella close.
That's true.
That's not true at all. No, I'm like it's like in the middle.
It's like way off, yeah.
All right. Here's a good one. I like this question a lot. What is the name of the substance they are seeking to mine in Avatar?
Oh, PPU.
Yeah, Dala.
It's like unobtainium.
Correct.
Is it
is
really the
unobtainium.
Whack. It's so cheap.
But they obtain it, so it's
They literally are actively gathering.
Yeah.
And how do they
Yet
know
it's
that's what it's called?
unobtainium.
Yeah.
we should
Oh
call
my
it obtainium. We are obtaining it.
Yeah, well, they could call it
Because we
got
have it.
Yeah, we got it.
Like we have a bunch of ium.
Genius.
Excessive. We have too much,
Excelsior.
It's everywhere, just on a different planet. Ium.
actually. Yeah. Oh shit. That's great.
Yeah, that's always a good one. I love unobtainium.
I think James Cameron just ran out of ideas at that point. He's like, whatever. I named a crap ton of
100%.
things. One more thing to name. That.
Or it's like
I think he probably
they got to filming and then it's like, sir, in the script, yeah, it says unobtainium here. What is that? He's like, oh fuck, I forgot to change that. I forgot to change that into something.
Yeah.
it was a placeholder name.
Yeah.
Or like I was thinking like he worked through like so many different names of what he was gonna call it, but by the end they all sounded so equally ridiculous. He couldn't understand that unobtainium sounded weird because he had gone through 1,000 other.
Yeah.
He's like,
tries, yeah.
can't find him? No, that sounds silly.
Lostium.
Lostium? No. Looking for emium? No, I don't
rock.
think so.
I'll just call it a rock.
A
No,
rock.
it's stupid.
Where is idiom? All right.
Helium. Fuck,
We
it's
also-
taken.
So now we have a nice little question
Oh, a nice
from a
one.
different universe. We're gonna pivot again.
We have a nice one for
and,
once.
this one you might be familiar with. I'm not sure. We didn't talk about it yet.
Okay.
According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy
nice.
by Douglas Adams, what is the meaning of life?
Poo poo.
Gibbledang.
42.
That is correct.
Nice.
The meaning of life is 42, as determined by the supercomputer Deep Thoughts.
What is the meaning of life?
OTS.
42.
Yeah, it's like years we thought of it for
42.
years, and the combination is this.
All right. And now our last question is going to be a guest question that was given to me
Oh.
by Viv. Viv gave me a very, actually two interesting questions here, which also branch us a little bit into the worlds of like video games and books.
Okay.
So, Sarah Kerrigan is commonly known as the Queen of Blades in which sci-fi fantasy game series?
Pew pewy.
Yes, Dala?
That's gonna be the future of Warcraft, Starcraft.
Okay, I want to tell you you're wrong because it's not the future of war.
It's not. I know.
But yes. But yes, StarCraft is correct.
It's
That is
Minecraft.
from the StarCraft universe.
Yeah,
It's Minecraft.
Minecraft is a present.
Yeah,
I love
there you go.
StarCraft.
It's Warcraft goes to Minecraft to Starcraft. Perfect.
Are you gonna drink that candle?
Exactly.
Yes.
It looked like you're gonna drink that candle, Dala.
Let me just take a sip here. It's like it's like
the
when
future.
people do those like this is the most confusing movie trilogy ever, and it's like three
Oh, yeah.
games of movies that have nothing to do with
My
it's exactly that. Like, this is the most confusing game trilogy
Ever,
ever, and it's Warcraft, Minecraft, StarCraft.
Yeah, and then there's a spin-off with World of Warcraft. I think my favorite one is the X2, X-Men, and then like Triple X. It's like my favorite one of those.
Yeah, Triple X.
It's just such a like, what is this trilogy?
All right, and our final question. The score is currently Gibbledang 3 and Dala 4. So Gibbledang could tie it up here.
I could
for
win
what-
this.
Our final question is, in Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, what device do they feature known as seashells that now everybody uses in modern day?
Poo-poo.
Yeah, Gibbledang with the poo-poo.
Cell phones? Cellular telephones?
Incorrect.
Can I get another guess?
Dala, do you
Pew,
have,
pew
a,
it. So,
do you have a guess?
So can I get the question one more time? The question one more time, please.
Yeah, in Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, this device was known as seashells, and now currently today we use every day.
Clear.
A lot of people use.
Clearly, if neither of y'all have seen Demolition Man, it's obviously a bidet. Everyone uses those every day.
Ooh.
That's where they got
And they
that.
sound
right?
like the
Unfortunately-
they sound like the ocean when you put your ear next to it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I can hear the ocean.
Unfortunately, it is not the Rudy Tooty Booty Shooty. It is.
It should be.
The answer is earbuds or AirPods.
Oh.
Huh.
That makes sense.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
you put your ear.
They were small circular devices they put into their ears so that they could listen to, communications, so that they could, listen to various media.
And burn books.
Yeah. And burn books.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, that was the seashell.
Nice.
Now, that means our final score after the first section is Gibbledang 3 and Dala 4. Now, luckily, it's not over yet.
Ooh.
There will be another section
Oh,
In the
where you
future.
can come back and you can win.
In the future. Oh my gosh.
thing.
of this
Oh,
episode.
the spice has opened my eyes, and I can see
Oh, you shouldn't put cinnamon in your
5
eyes.
minutes into the future.
don't-
And
put
I'm
that-
having a
that's gonna
Madam Web vision. And I'm just seeing normally into the future, I guess. Dala, what about you? Your turn.
Actually, that is kind of funny. Seeing the future is kind of the thing right now.
The sci-fi. Yeah.
In movies,
Yeah.
in sci-fi movies.
Fine, then I'll be like, I think Life is Strange. I think she can see the future. I do it like that.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, I like Life is Strange. That's such a
Okay,
good video game. Is that sci-fi or is that that's fantasy?
I haven't
guess.
played them, to be honest. I just know the powers. Or the, like,
I did play Life is Strange. I would say it's fantasy because it's just set in modern day.
Gotcha. It's like more...
She just has it's less the power to see into the future as it is she like actively can rewind time.
Oh. So she can see the future
like,
in the sense that she could go back in the past.
Yeah, so like in Madam Web where she's like, "Oh, I swear this all just
guess,
happened."
yeah.
Like with Life is Strange, like technically like it did already happen. She just undid
that.
it and then is gonna try something else. She doesn't know all of the branches. She just can go back and try again.
Okay.
So I'm having an idea. I'm having an idea for a reverse Madam Web, where she's like, "Oh my God, I'm having memories." Just things such as.
Oh, God.
Honestly, it's like it's funny because that is also very Dune, because in Dune, all of the Reverend Mothers, their whole thing is they can see back through history to all of the other Reverend Mothers who ever
Oh,
existed.
nice.
And so each Reverend Mother like holds the memories of all the Reverend Mothers who came before her. And it's the reason why only women can do it, because men would shatter under the mental load of basically like having thousands of years of sorrows and pains and stuff like that, like placed onto them.
But not little Tilamy Talame. He can do it.
Not Timothy Chalamet. No, not him.
No.
I will say, while I was watching, like, people on the internet have said this, and I finally agree after watching this movie that I can see the casting.
Mm-hmm.
And Timothy Chalamet.
Shall I make?
Shall we? Yes.
Chalamet? Yes, we shall. I think he would make a good Robin.
No, yeah,
Like
true.
Batman's Robin?
Yeah.
No, like the
he
bird.
Would make a good, yeah, like the bird. He would just
Yeah.
be a good bird. Like in an
Nice.
animated movie.
Yeah, I'd see him.
But yeah, no, I think he would make a really good, probably Dick Grayson. Yeah, like the way his more emotional moments and the way he like went about things, it just was like a very Robin coded, and the way he screamed, even like his voice reminded me of what Robin and Teen Titans would sound like when he was getting really angry and stuff.
I could definitely see him as either Tim Drake or like maybe even Jason Todd.
Jason Todd, actually, he'd go crazy as.
My favorite choice for Dick Grayson would be Steven Yeun. Yeah, I feel like he's got big Dick Grayson energy, big dick energy.
Yeah,
Dick energy,
I
yeah.
definitely can see that.
Yeah.
He's got big dick energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he could be a Nightwing probably.
All right.
Pretty cool.
I could picture him
Yeah,
as
big-
Nightwing, like telling Batman off about like, hey man, you gotta be nice. You can't like beat up the mentally unwell homeless people that are just
Chill out,
on the
man.
sidewalk. Yeah, dude.
Chill a little,
Yeah.
little bit. Simmer down.
Live a little.
Maybe take a chill pill. Drink some chamomile tea.
Take a
Batman.
bat
Yeah,
chill
Batman.
pill. Here, have a bat
Take a
rock.
bat bath.
Here, suck on this bat rock. You'll feel better.
Are these the magical bat rocks from Rock Planet?
It's the
Oh, that's kryptonite. Anyways.
oh.
All right. So our next section is going to be a fun little game that I've devised called Dune or Star Wars. As a lot of people know, Star Wars took heavy inspiration from Frank Herbert's Dune. Some would say straight up ripped it off.
Okay.
And so we're gonna test your guys' knowledge and see if you can recognize whether or not these important details to the plot are from Dune or from Star Wars.
Okay.
So here we go.
Quick question.
This is yes.
And this is counting, I assume, all the books of Dune and the movies, and then or is it just the movies? Or
But I made sure to make it more like just like vague things about the world that
okay.
are like accessible within like the first movie, like the first Dune movie.
okay,
Like things that you could have learned like from the first Dune movie. That's
like
about
straight
the
up, and then
universe.
same with Star
Or-
Wars, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Like
Just like more simple things you can get from like the first couple movies.
okay,
Okay. So, the first question is Dune or Star Wars? The main character has access to magical powers to influence the thoughts of the weak-minded.
pew
Poo-poo.
pew.
I heard Gibbledang first with the poo-poo.
I said
Both.
pew pew. I said the right one.
That is correct.
Yeah.
The answer is both. Both Star Wars and Dune feature powers that allow you to influence others and make them think what you want to think.
What you think?
All right,
you
so the
want them to
next
think.
one. Yeah, exactly. The next one is Dune or Star Wars. Which of these features houses of royalty that are constantly struggling for control at all times?
Pew pew.
Yes, Dala.
That's gonna be both of them as well.
No, unfortunately,
No?
that one is just Dune. Star Wars is not so much about houses and lords as it is, about the emperor and larger governments. So,
But they're in a house. I'd consider that a house.
yeah, like they have them.
Yeah.
But the main struggle of houses controlling the galaxy is a very
Dune thing.
Dune specific
Fair.
one. Yeah. So unfortunately, I also forgot to give Gibbledang a chance to steal, but we'll do that for the other ones. So, All right, next.
And how's about I go first for this one?
Sure.
That sounds fine. You can get the first guess.
Huzzah!
All right. In this universe, criminals smuggle spice through the galaxy to sell it for money.
Poo. Or, well, I guess I go first.
Yes,
Star Wars.
Gibbledang. Yeah.
Star Wars.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
Dala?
Pew
Hate
pew
this
for,
game.
it's both.
That is
Yeah.
correct. It is
Epic.
both. In
Nice.
both
spice
universes,
involved.
smugglers will try to get spices off of the mining worlds in order to sell them for cash.
I used my flashback memory to when Gym Leader Nate said that earlier. That's my
Yeah,
See, I'm Life
exactly.
is Strange myself.
He didn't say that earlier, did he?
Yes, you did.
You- zibbity, zibbity.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because it was a future we never saw.
Ooh.
All right. So, Dune or Star Wars, which universe features enhanced technological blades that are so hot they can cut through anything?
Poo.
Cute. Oh, okay. Good.
Gibbledang?
Star Wars?
That is correct. That is
Okay.
Star Wars. While Dune has blades, they don't have blades that are made of plasma. They're just swords.
Nice.
In Dune,
I do like that scene in because I've seen the Lynch Dune with the sword fight where you have to go so slow. So I was like, I wasn't sure if that count or was that as well, but it's cool.
yeah, that's the interesting thing about Dune is that it's more about their shields, their personal shields that they carry. It's the reason why a lot of combat still ends up being melee combat in Dune is because if you use a ray gun in that universe to shoot somebody
Bounces
who's
back
wearing
or ricochets.
it can ricochet back at you, or if it actually it can set off a chain reaction that causes basically a nuclear explosion.
Ooh.
And
Nice.
and when you shoot someone with that, you will blow up like the entire battlefield and
Yeah.
kill everybody.
Mutually.
So basically,
I love it.
yeah. So like warfare often involves perfectly timing when you're using your shooting troops to when you see their troops are now using have their shields activated, and at that point you have to send in like ground troops and everybody has to fight melee combat.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, interesting fact. So, next interesting fact that you must guess which universe this is from. Which universe features armies of genetically identical clone soldiers to do the biddings of their leaders?
Pew.
Gibbledang.
I'm gonna say Star Wars for this one.
This one is also both. Unfortunately, there
Oh,
are
I didn't get a chance to
clone
steal.
forces. Oh, yeah,
Damn.
I'm sorry. I forgot again.
That means you go
So,
first.
this one,
I just get the
unfortunately-
point.
That means you'll get the guess.
That was gonna be
You'll
my
get the
guess
on
too.
the next
Damn
one.
it. I mean, I think it's pretty
Yeah,
obvious
so
though. To be fair.
That was a little bit more obvious. They do both. They both have clone forces that are
Nice.
made via the process of artificially making people.
I do love the show Dune Clone Wars. It's better than the movie.
Dune Clone Wars, fire. All right. My favorite is R2D2.
Have you seen the Dune
So-
batch?
What'd you say?
Have you seen the Dune batch?
Yeah.
The Dune batch. I had
or,
the Spice batch.
Dune B1 Kenobi.
The Fremen batch.
Everyone's names Dune. C Dune PO.
All right.
The Dune DeLorean. Who else? The Book of
The
Dune.
Dune DeLorean.
The Book of Dune?
the
Oh.
the Worm DeLorean.
The Book of Dune.
The Book of Dune.
Nice.
That's true. So, next question is between these two universes, which one features features a historical event where the galaxy was almost overtaken and destroyed by AI-driven computers?
Poo poo.
Can I do phone a friend, or can I do
Ooh,
eliminate one of the
Oh wait,
questions?
no. Dala
that's true,
does
yeah.
get the first guest on this one. Unfortunately, you cannot phone a friend or 50-50. No, you're gonna
Dang.
have to.
You can.
Gonna have to guess.
I would
You can
love
call me
50-50
if you
on
want
this,
to.
Too. Yeah. I will.
You can call Gibbledang, but it'll be Gibbledang's point.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're good. I think I'll take a guess that it was. I'm gonna go with Star Wars. Wars.
Okay, that is incorrect.
Dang it.
Gibbledang, do you have a guess?
Dunk.
The answer is Dunk.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, in Dune, the reason why everything is done via humans or people using spice to enhance their minds to do advanced calculations, is because AI advanced so much they tried to take over humanity and all the houses of the galaxy, and the thinking machines, as they refer to them, had to be destroyed. And ever since then, they no longer create thinking machines, only operational machines that people can use.
Losers.
Fair. Like
All right. Next. Or sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like the cat that in the Lynch one? What is it? I forget what it was. Oh shit.
What?
That. There's like the cat gets like
Atreides?
in the
David
machine.
Lynch?
I forget. I was gonna make a reference and I was like, I forgot. I realized. I forgot.
No,
I
we're
can't
keeping
remember- I
this
remember
in.
that moment
We're
in the
keeping this
original.
in.
That's fine. I'll
You
send
explain
it to
Your
you guys.
yourself.
embarrassment will
I'll send it to you guys in the
stay.
future.
Explain yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the future, I'll send it.
I'm seeing it now.
Oh, so am I. Oh, he forgot.
All right. Oh, I already forgot it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still have ADHD.
Damn.
Okay. Next, Dune or Star Wars? Which universe features religious fanatics trying to overthrow an evil emperor?
Poo
I
poo.
will also poo poo
Gibbledang.
after that, if needed.
Say it again. One more time.
Which universe contains religious fanatics or fanatic trying to overthrow evil emperors?
I think Dunk.
That is incorrect.
Ooh,
Dala, do you
nice.
have a guess?
I was gonna say both.
That is both. Yes. Technically, the Jedi are a religion, so the Return of the
what I figured,
Jedi is
yeah.
the return of a
Cult.
fanatical religious order that is overthrowing
It's
an
true.
emperor.
Also, this is me, Dala, from the future. I just sent you all the link to the David Lynch cat milking scene in Dune.
Oh, I already saw it. It's good.
Yeah, it's funny.
In the future.
Guys, it's me, Madam Web.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Oh God.
She's here. You don't look like you care to be here, though.
Damn.
No.
Since we don't do video, I can't do this bit, but I was gonna do a bit where like, and I'm the villain. So, like,
Oh.
where I mouth a bunch of words, and then the dub is completely different.
Dub it, yeah. I'm the villain.
Alright.
I just love
And I mean, basically, that was the first like 5 minutes of the movie. Is I'm studying spiders,
yeah.
and I am your villain.
I am evil.
Okay. All right. So, Dune or Star Wars? Which of these two franchises features a race of lizard people who live underwater?
Gungan. Poo poo.
Yeah. Give a
Star Wars.
That is correct.
Nice.
Only Star Wars has a race of lizard people that live underwater.
Nice.
The Gungans.
The Gungans.
Me.
You sir thinking you no smarter than the Gungans? Like,
Yeah.
that movie has its problems, but I gotta tell you, as a 6-year-old with a short attention span, that fucking got me.
That movie.
Every single time the Gungans were on screen, I was like, yes, 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 yes.
Despite the Trade Federation talk, like those movies have like were made for kids. More
Yeah.
so.
Exactly. It's a weird balance that they tried to draw with
Yeah.
like making a movie for kids have its impetus. The reason why everything's happening in the movie be about trade federations and taxes.
It's embargoes and fucking.
Yeah, and blockades on shipment.
Yeah, my favorite things as a kid, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think this is our last question
Ooh.
between Dune and Star Wars. Which universe features a protagonist that is directly descendant from their antagonist?
Pew pew.
Dala.
I think both.
That is correct.
Okay.
In both of the franchises, the main character is directly descendant from their antagonist.
I'm the
And
villain,
mainly,
and I'm your nephew.
mainly referencing the first like installment of each of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the ones that matter.
Yeah, exactly. Because Paul Atreides is not related to the Emperor, but he is related to a different antagonist of his story. Whereas once you get past Dune and, you know, past the Emperor, his antagonists are different.
Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
Well, his families, I should say.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zendaya is his antagonist.
The actress, not the character.
Yeah.
Just the actress.
There will
shows
be.
up. All right, so yeah.
Hey, go on. You're
A
good.
Zendaya.
Sorry, I was gonna say that is the end, and Dala is going to win our little game here
Whatever.
at 7-5.
Oh, yeah.
So it was pretty close. You know, it was interesting to see what you guys knew about the dunkening.
The Dunk Wars or Star Dunk.
And I did want to emphasize, you know, just how much Star Wars took from from Dune. It is right down to literally naming their drug spice.
Yeah.
Like,
That's great. That's a crazy one.
the only difference being in Star Wars, it doesn't help you see the future. It's just
Gets you high,
recreational
man.
drug.
Yeah, it's just fucking
it
fentanyl.
just gets you high.
Just
Hey, Jesus
It's
Christ,
just
I don't know about
straight
fentanyl.
fenny.
Oh my God, how bad is this spice?
it depends.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever actually depict like people who are spice addicts in
The Star Wars franchise.
Star Wars. Yeah, I think they really only ever depict people who are transporting the spice for money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like they never really show that, which I feel like is part of their family friendliness.
Yeah.
Is like they're like, we don't need to show drug addicts in Star Wars.
I mean, now, especially with Disney owning, it's like you're not gonna ever see that.
Yeah, probably not.
Man,
no,
I
but I'd
can't.
like to.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Star Wars has like crackheads having full penetrative sex. You know what I mean?
Jeez. Yeah.
What?
It already does if you know what websites to go to.
Yeah.
It's got me off
True.
guard with that. That's all funny. Yeah.
Dala, grow up.
What?
Yeah,
You caught me
Jesus,
off
grow
guard.
up.
So I said,
Dala, grow up.
Everybody,
I couldn't see the
it's
future.
very
I'm
adult
sorry.
to be
Oh.
aware of crackheads having penetrative
Yeah.
sex. Okay.
Fair,
Okay,
fair.
Dala, we're
High
all
art.
people. We're all
We've all seen Euphoria. Okay.
And that would be the sci-fi movies, and that would be that Star Wars movies message. You know, deep down,
Yeah. Crackheads can
we're-
have
we're
sex
all
too.
We're all crackheads having
Oh.
penetrative.
Oh, that's so. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the message.
Yeah.
That's the message.
There you go.
Aren't we all?
Mom's always there for you, and crackheads all wanting penetrative sex.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
exactly.
I hate the end of this episode.
But
I
it's
suppose
just
it's my
cut
fault.
right there. No, you're good.
Oh, speaking of which,
Uh-huh.
I think. Oh,
What?
I think we're getting pooped out of the worm now. Things are
Oh.
starting. Things are finally starting to move.
Dang, I was getting comfy with this couch
Luckily,
too.
we're just gonna. Luckily, we're just gonna fly out the other side. Interesting fact.
Mhm.
Somebody online. I saw a video of someone explaining how worms must move. The sandworms must move through the desert. And they were
And?
like, we know that they're filter feeders, and when they eat things, they just open up their maw, and there's like a bunch of sand that goes into their mouth too. So presumably they feed like, you know, whale sharks, where they take in all the sand like whale sharks do with water, and just expel it out their gills. But what that means for giant sandworms is that they are inhaling and ingesting this sand and rocketing it out the back of them
Oh.
so fast that they're propelling themselves
Forward.
through the sand.
That makes sense why, like, no matter how
pretty
hard I
cool.
sweep, there keeps being sand in our damn spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what, Shai Hulud's will always keep the sands alive.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm so excited for you guys to see Dune. It's
Well, it's-
like I would absolutely go see it again. Like, it is
Yeah.
fantastic movie.
I'll try to watch the first one, but if not, I'm like it's earlier. I was like, I'm down to watch the second without having seen the first as like a joke to see. I'm sure it's still as good and holds up, or is easy to follow. I'm sure.
I need to rewatch.
Honestly, you practically could.
I need to
Yeah, I'm
rewatch
sure.
the first one. I remember watching it late at night, and it was in IMAX, and I remember like, I couldn't. I don't know. I was not engaged. So maybe a second viewing will do me some good. Maybe some Willius Wonkamus could fucking
nice.
entice me a little bit.
Yeah.
I really hope they keep going with this franchise and we get Dune Messiah next, because I want to see the Frankenstein man in Dune Messiah. So there's a character who comes back from the dead from Dune as like a reanimated person, basically.
Oh wow.
And like slowly regains their personality. It's very cool.
Is this like the furthest that it's gone in compared to the books for the movies now, or no?
Right now it is Dune.
Just the
It
first
has now
book.
finished the first book.
Okay. Is it
The first book was split into two.
Is it further than David Lynch's Dune? I guess too.
Now it is the exact
Or it's
same
the
place
same,
because
gotcha.
David Lynch's Dune did the whole first book in one movie.
Where this one was split.
Whereas this one split it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, it was a good idea to split it because the book's literally divided into two sections. Because it has a big break in the middle where they start doing time jumps of like Paul's time with the Fremen. So
Gotcha.
it really is like
I like the
split.
future. It like shows them in the future.
Yeah,
Goes
and
to
then-
the future. Oh my god, it's all full circle.
Dune Messiah is crazy because it's literally like, all right, cool. 15 years later.
Nice.
It's like-
Alright, sure.
Which is also very Star Wars, where like, well, when you go to pick up again with your main cast of characters, they
Jump like
years
way,
into the
yeah.
future.
But yeah, should we do our plugs now, or is there more?
Yeah, let's do some pluggies.
Yeah. I could go first.
Yeah, go ahead, Dala.
Yeah, I could go first. So, just find me at Dala.art on Instagram, and make sure you follow the podcast on Instagram or wherever you find, whether it's like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, etc. Give us a like, rate, whatever you can, share with your friends. Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to follow at Gibbledang. I'll be posting, just customs and clips from the channel, custom action figures that I make and clips from No Dumb Idea. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice, yeah. And then I'm GymleaderNate. If you want to find me on anything, I'm GymleaderNate on everything. And if you send us your takes on sci-fi. If there's anything we missed, if there's any big sci-fi things that I really should have hit better, let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the future.
In the future. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Oh, the emails. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody talking about sci-fi with me today because
Yeah, it's cool. It's
I
fun.
love me some pew pews.
Oh god, I'm getting blown out the sandworm. Woo!
Oh, we're getting excreted.
No dumb idea. No dumb idea. No dumb